Quadrific Parodies here.
I'm Grace.
And I'm Tallulah.
And yesterday we interviewed AJ Holmes, who's coming to the end of his run on the Book of Mormon in the West End.
In the description below we'll put the links to the website where you can buy tickets. If you can't buy them this week, you can buy them for afterwards with the new cast, because the show will still be just as fantastic.
So, hope you enjoy! Hello, this is just an interview with AJ Holmes, who's in Book of Mormon at the moment. I'm Grace.
And I'm Tallulah. So you're in the Book of Mormon on the West End, and you're nearly at the end of your run. What's it been like performing in London these past few months?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's been really lovely. It was a total surprise to get to come over here in the first place. I've never spent much time in London. I've spent, I was here for like a week when I was 19, but other than that, this has been my first experience, so it's just been getting to know the whole city, getting to know this incredible cast, getting to know my co-star Billy, who's actually from America, but we were strangers before coming over here, so it's been really lovely. And I mean, I live over in Covent Garden, so it's just a beautiful area, and I can wake up and be at the Thames in 5 minutes, you know. It's been really quite magical, honestly. So I've had a lovely time, yeah.
So you played Elder Cunningham for a long time. What do you like about this character?
This character is me when I was about 17. I've calmed down just a little bit since then. There's maybe not all that much, but definitely people who knew me in high school and early years of college were like, oh, this is just you. So I connect to his social awkwardness. I connect to how he just wants to please everybody and just make everybody happy, and how he tries, desperately to do that constantly. So yeah, I connect with him a lot.
What's the main difference between performing on Broadway and performing on the West End?
It's tough to say. I mean, on Broadway it's called the orchestra and the balcony, and here it's called the stalls and I don't know. The audiences are very international in both cities. I mean, there's a certain energy that sort of pervades the air in New York and here, but it's hard to quantify it, because as soon as you do, you start to feel like you've limited your description of it too much. Like, I used to say that the audiences here liked feeling a little cleverer than the audiences in New York. Like, enjoyed the subtlety and the subversive nature of some of the jokes, like more than with a broad touch, which was more rewarded in New York. But then, I'm not quite sure if that's true, because New York audiences are very discerning as well. So I don't know. I mean, I think it's a testament to how brilliant the show is that wherever it's gone so far, people have loved it. Even when it toured through Salt Lake City, Utah, I think it did really well, So I think it's just again, showing how brilliant the writing of the show is, that everywhere it goes, it seems to be a hit.
What do you do to get inspiration?
Oh, God. I don't know. I mean, well, I listen to music a lot. Listening is key, I think. I like music, and I like stand-up comedy. Listening to those things helps me. I like improv of all sorts, so I love jazz music, and I love stand-up comedy, and watching them go off the cuff a little bit, and that sort of hooking into that pipeline of what happens in the moment is very inspiring to me.
In the past you've written your own songs and musicals, for example, Gibbs and Fleck. What is your most recent project?
My most recent project that's completed is Twisted, that I did with Starkid Productions. It's on YouTube, available for your viewing pleasure. I'm very proud of it still. I'm working on another one with the lyricist of that, Kaylee McMahon, but it's in very early stages right now, so we're not really ready to talk about it because it's still such a little baby. Hopefully there'll be more to say this year.
At the moment, I'm writing a musical too. Do you have any tips for writing and completing musicals?
Yes, I don't really follow them very well, but my tip is to always be writing, which is a tip you'll hear a lot of people say, but I think it's the best one. That if you want to be a writer, then be writing every day. And then no one can say you're not a writer. You're writing. That's all it is. No matter if you're J.K. Rowling or anybody else. If you're writing, you're a writer. That's and you'll get better every time you do it. That's the important part. And that's hard for me, you know, I've written a few things, and that's hard for me to do, because I finish writing something and I go, oh, thank God I don't have to write anymore, you know. I mean, writing's just, it's hard sometimes. It gets really lonely, and it's tough, you know. It's tough to push through sometimes. So I spend long times where I don't write and take a rest. And, you know, that's okay too. But as soon as you can get back on the horse and just keep pushing yourself a little farther every day, that's where you want to be.
What are the biggest challenges you've had to face in your career?
I don't know. I've been honestly very lucky. I've lived a very charmed life, and it's due to the people, my family, who's always supported me, and my friends who've been there too. I've been very lucky. I've worked hard too, but I've been extremely lucky. The greatest challenge, let's see. I mean, you know, it sounds even stupid to say. You know, I mean, the greatest challenges I faced in my life are I failed freshman ballet twice. You know, what a tragedy. You know what I'm saying? Like that was rough, but we made it through. We picked ourselves up and we got back on. So yeah, that was rough for 19-year-old me. I didn't really want to wear tights again, but I did, and I'm all the better for it.
What was the audition and rehearsal process like for Book of Mormon?
It was about, for me, it was 4 auditions that were relatively closely spaced together in April and May of 2013. The first few, I was working with an associate director, and something weird would happen where she would give me notes on I was just doing a couple songs from the show and a couple scenes from the show, and she would give me notes on the scenes, like feedback, that is to say, and then she wouldn't have me do them again. And I was very confused about that, because normally you'd get notes and then you'd get an immediate chance to implement those notes, and she wouldn't. She just sort of moved on to the next thing. And and then later when I was thinking about it, I thought, maybe that means they want to have me back. And luckily they did. So, but every time I went in for this audition, or my agents called me in for it, I sort of laughed at my agents on the phone. I went, "Why are you calling me in for this? I'm not this part at all. I don't get the humor. I don't think I'm right for it. I think this is a terrible idea." And they kept saying no. Then to their credit, they kept saying, "No, we think this is going to work out." The final audition was like 20 people in a room, like side to side, with Matt and Trey and Casey Nicola in the center. And I just walked into that room at like 10 in the morning, which is not my time of day. You can probably tell I have bags under my eyes right now. I'm not usually fit for human consumption before 6 p.m. But I walked in at 10 a.m. and there were 20 people there. There was a different reader for each different scene. Like, it was the most intense audition I've ever been to in my life. And of course I dropped all my pages all over the floor. They probably thought I was doing it to be funny. I wasn't. I was just really screwing up. But yeah, I made Matt and Trey laugh, and once I did that, that was the greatest feeling in the world. So I tried to keep going, and yeah, it went well.
How did you adjust from being involved in smaller parody musicals to some of the biggest and most well-known productions in the world?
For sure. I mean, the preparation is honestly the same at any level. You know, you want to honor the work that's been put in front of you, and you just want to serve it as best as you can. That's your job as an actor, to be a vessel and serve the work, you know. So anytime, especially with this show, the directors of this would remind me, anytime I would do something that was strictly, you know, just to be funny, or just to make myself look good, you know, that should be cut away. That's fat, and that doesn't have any room to be. Ironically, since I'm the first skinny, well, not the first, but you know what I'm saying. They would try to remove anything that was just aggrandizing for my own ego, or my own just asking for a laugh, or mugging, or winking to the audience, or anything like that. You know, it's all just like any work, dramatic or comedic, where you want to serve the text and serve the intention and commit to that. And I've been doing musicals my whole life. I mean, my parents worked at a community theater growing up, and I would, you know, when she directed Amanda Bynes in The Secret Garden when I was like 2 years old at a community theater before Amanda Bynes was Amanda Bynes, and I was her little assistant director. And so, I mean, I was inundated into this world from a very early age. My dad played piano, and my mom would sing, and whenever we had company over, that would happen. You know, it's the sort of stories you need a shot of insulin after hearing, because they're just so sweet. But I was really, you know, homegrown into that world from a very early on.
The next part, we have a game, and it's because you share the last name of the famous detective who lived here in London.
Yes.
We did some research from a highly reliable source, Wikipedia, who found out you're actually related to him.
Oh.
So, because of this, we wondered if you actually shared his amazing deductive skills. Right here we have some riddles for people you've collaborated with in the past.
This is early. Okay.
Your job is to figure out who we're talking about and tell us your best memory with the person.
Okay.
To help you out, we have the Dear Stalker of Truth, which will channel the spirit of your ancestor, Sherlock.
Oh, thank you. So I'm to put this on.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. How's that?
Okay. So the first one is.
That fixed it. That one. Yeah, that's what I needed.
So the first one is, I'm big, but not in height. For lots of songs I did write, I had to cut my hair. There are pink glasses that I wear.
Is that Darren?
Correct. Okay, the next one is a character that changed her face. In the final year, I took my place. I like to be so cozy. I do some stand-up comedy.
Meredith?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, memory. Okay. Memories. I saw Darren recently when he was here for the G4 stuff. We went to Primrose Hill, which is my favorite spot in London, with him and our now mutual friend Bruno, who he introduced me to, who's been a great friend over here the whole time. We've been playing music together, and I'm very grateful to Darren for introducing us. But yeah, we just had a great day playing music, and we sang jazz under the canals in Camden. It was great. It was a great day. And Meredith, I remember her doing stand-up comedy in college. There was an awesome night where our improv team got to go up first, and then Meredith and Jack Stratton both did stand-up comedy following, and it was a great night. That was really fun.
Welcome. I played a fan. Zac Efron was my man. I released an album not long ago. I've sung the Space Doors' Status Quo.
Dylan Saunders.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Memory?
Yeah. I have good memories of Dylan when we went to Orlando for LeakyCon, just riding around in a car with him. I remember it was really fun. Yeah.
So this is one of the harder ones. I'm a Starkid peer. I joined in the Starkid senior year. Hogwarts was my alma mater when I starred in Harry Potter.
But they didn't join until senior year.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. It's too. I feel so. It's too early. Give me a clue.
She's very, very famous and in lots of movies. Biggest movie.
I should really know her then. Oh, Ivana. She's a movie star. No. Yes, Ivana. Ivana's great. She was the nicest. She was the coolest. We all loved hanging out with her at LeakyCon. And she was so nice to do the show and start out the show with the first singing line. Was so brave of her. And she sounded great and she rocked it. Yeah, we all were just in love with Ivana the whole time. Like we couldn't get enough of her. She was so game and so cool. So, yeah. Phew. Stressful.
Okay, I think this is the last one. In Annie, I was the singing star. I played piano, not guitar. I sung I Was with Joe, and I'm in Jim and the Povolos.
Jamie. No. Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clark.
So it seems you actually are related to Sherlock then.
No, thank you. Yes, I must be.
So just as a quick fire now, just to end off the interview.
Yeah.
Answer as quick as you can.
Okay. Oh, okay. Waiting up. Okay.
Okay. What's your favourite thing about staying in the UK?
The afternoon tea and the clotted cream.
What is the worst thing about staying in the UK?
It's just gray and just a constant stream of. It's not even rain. It's just like a slow mist that sort of just hits you in the face all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's an instrument you would love to be able to play?
Guitar. I wish I could play guitar. So when you see people playing outdoors, I'm like, let me just get my piano. I'll just be 3 hours. Yeah.
When you were younger, did you aspire to be what you are today?
Yes, absolutely yes. Yep, always.
What is the best part of playing in a band for a musical versus acting in one?
Playing in a band is so much fun. I hesitate to say it's more fun. It's just a totally different type of fun because there's less pressure involved for me. Just because no one can see your face, even if you screw up, they don't know it's you after the show. You know, so that's nice.
Is there a character you've always wanted to play?
Yeah, I'd love to play George in Sunday in the Park. I'm a huge Sondheim fan, so anything he wrote, really, I'd just love to play.
What's your favourite song that you've composed?
At the moment, it's If I Believed from Twisted. I really like how that one turned out.
What do you like to do between shows?
Eat, and I've recently started drinking coffee, which would have helped this morning. Yes, I eat. I nap.
What is your number one anecdote from behind the scenes of any show you've done?
Okay, there was one time in Young Frankenstein where I was dancing with the monster and we were twirling our canes around, and we had this move that went like this, and I completed it and the cane flew out of my hand and went off stage. And so in the middle of the show, with just the two of us on stage doing a duet dance, I had to just run off stage and get the cane and then come back on stage. I don't know if that's more of an on-stage anecdote, but there you go.
And then this isn't part of the quote bar, it's just the last question. So a mysterious man descends from the sky and he grants the ability to see into the future for just a few moments. What is the future of A.J. Holmes?
I don't know. I wish I knew. But part of that joy is being surprised too, don't you think? Go away, mysterious man. I don't want your knowledge here. I'd rather take it as it comes. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'll say to him. I don't want to see.
We personalised the hat thing.
Cool.
and
Oh, cool.
inside.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what? Oh my god, you did! To A.J. Holmes, the world's second best consulting detective. Thank you very much. Thank you, I appreciate it.
That's all we've got
very
time.
nice. Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yay!
Thanks to A.J. Holmes for this awesome opportunity. We really enjoyed talking to you.
And also a big thank you to Pat Brady, who's been wonderful yet again in helping us sort this out.
The UK is going to miss you and your talent, AJ.
We wish you the best of luck for any future endeavours.
Fine girls out!